you get bought. And there's a subtle but very meaningful difference here, because when I first like got exposed to this world, I always thought like, oh yeah, it's like it's like a bazaar.
All right.
It's like or maybe a more sophisticated example, it's like the stock market, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If the value of Enron stock goes down, if people sell this, it
There'll
goes
always
down.
be a buyer at some price, right? Kind of at that stage.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There will, you took the word out of my mouth, right? There will always be a buyer at some price point, except if it's zero, right? But like, you know what I mean, right? There's always going to be a buyer at some price point, and that's not the truth when it comes to startups or private markets in general. So the thing is, you get bought by a company because the company wants you. If you're not part of a strategic project or a strategic fit, etc., they won't take you even for free.
Right, right. In that sense, it's maybe more like the dating market than like the stock market.
Yeah. That is a very, very good analogy. Yes. I mean, the stock market is liquid. The
Let's
dating
not go
market
there.
is private market.
I can see you are trying to surreptitiously insert your talents as a stand-up comedian now, right?
Yeah, that was once upon a time. Yes.
Exactly. But since you did do some stand-up comedy, and since you're the only one of German heritage that I know that has any experience in that field, what did it teach you for being a founder and a company leader to have been in that stand-up comedy field?
Yes, I have a very, very clear answer to that. Is everyone's a narcissist. In some more, some less. And why am I saying this? Is because you might think that you are embarrassing on stage. You bomb, you have an awful show, and you're ashamed to the ground, and it's the worst, right? Like if you had a bad show, you go off stage, and people won't even remember.
Right.
Right. Oh, of course. Like if you're really bad, like if you're like negative bad, that's something else. But like if you're just like bad, like nothing's gonna happen, right?
Right.
And I think that was my main learning. Like everyone's more embarrassed themselves in a day-to-day life than anybody will ever be embarrassed about you, right? So what I'm trying to say is, if you get rejected, if you have a bad presentation, if you have a bad pitch, there's always another show. There's always another stage. There's always another, audience. And there's always another investor you can pitch to.
I was going to say, that sounds like a VC fundraising round, right?
Yeah. And I mean, this sounds a bit strange, but like, if you don't do anything ridiculous, you could, like, a bad pitch is never going to be so embarrassing that you'll be out of the picture. And it's the same thing with stand-up comedy.
And with, public speaking too, right? I find the most people that are extremely afraid of public speaking, it's because they overestimate a lot how much people care.
Exactly. There's a good thought exercise that not even comedians have to do. Or like, it's not even comedy. It's more like, try to remember your most embarrassing thing that you've ever done in your life that haunts you when you're lying awake at 12 a.m. Right? Now, think about the most embarrassing thing that, your lab partner from 8th grade has ever done. Or your classmate from university. You won't remember a thing.
Yeah? Exactly right.
You don't remember a thing about that person, what he or she has done embarrassing, because people are obsessed with themselves.
Right, and what you will remember is the effect they had on you and how they made you feel, right? That is the kind of stuff that you remember.